Hello guys, welcome to my channel, Movies Explained. Today we talk about new movie, Karthikeya 2. The story begins with Professor Rao, who is in a library in Greece, having a book which he starts reading. A story is given inside this book. The professor reads that story about Lord Shri Krishna, that when Shri Krishna's last time has come and he is sitting in a place in the forest, then an arrow hits his feet. A hunter would shot that arrow. Even before the arrow hits, Shri Krishna knows that he is going to die, and Krishna take off a bangle, give to a man, and he said that there will be many problems in future. So this bangle will help everyone, and only a person who is really good will be able to reach this bangle. After reading so much, Professor Rao tears all the pages of the book, and starts to going from there, but where there is a man who follows him and keeps eye on him. This man belonged to the villain of the movie, who also happens to be a professor. Then scene shifts to the hospital where we see the lead character of the movie, Dr. Karthikeya. A snake arrived in the hospital, where Karthikeya goes and normalizes his pulse and picks up the snake easily. By normalizing the pulse, the snake feels that this man is not a threat to him. Because of this, the snake not afraid of Karthikeya and comes easily to hand, and seeing this, everyone gets shocked. Dr. Karthikeya is a very good doctor, and with this, if someone comes to him with a problem, he solves it. In the next scene, we see a man steals gold from the temple, and runs away at night, and there a man brutally kills him. The man who kills the thief is Abe here. Long time ago, when people used to worship Shri Krishna in Dwarka, then there are some people in this who used to do wrong things, but at the same time there are devotees of Shri Krishna. These are the people who are Abe here's. They do this work of killing people and stealing, but do devotion to Shri Krishna, and all these things are not liked by other people of Dwarka, and these people discriminate against them. And when the entire Dwarka is drowning in water, after the Shri Krishna, where only those who are Abe here start living in the forest, they come and go to the forest, with the idol of Shri Krishna and start worshipping there. When the people of Dwarka come to know about this, they attack Abhirs and bring back the idol of Shri Krishna, and since then the rest of the Abhirs resolve that Shri Krishna belongs only to them. No one can help them. Abhir will kill them if they go near or keep their related items with them. That's why Abhir kills the man who stole the gold there, and puts the gold back in the temple. When Krishna Paksha, new moon, starts, Abhir does not kill anyone. Here the scene shifts to villain, and Professor Rao. Both of them used to work for the same team years ago. The government of India has formed such a team, whose work is to preserve the historical heritage. In this, the team keeps on doing different types of research. The one who turns out to be a villain convinces all the team members that whatever they discover, they will sell it to someone or the other, which will make them profit. They will get a lot of money. Professor Rao is not with them, due to which both of them become enemies, and the villain also want the same bangle, because the villain comes to know that the solution of many major diseases can be found in that bangle, because earlier too, by finding such old and historical things, big problems are solved, many such vaccines are made and people are saved. This time also he had the same intention, that he would find the bangle, and use it for money. Then scene shifts to Professor Rao digging a place and he finds a box there, but not shown what happens in the box. Then scene shifts to Karthikeya's house, where Karthikeya and his mother prepare to go to Dwarka, and Karthikeya's uncle is already living in Dwarka, and Karthikeya and his mother both stay at the uncle's house in Dwarka. In the evening, when Karthikeya is sitting outside his uncle's house, Professor Rao comes there and said the name of Karthikeya. Professor is not told how to know the name of Karthikeya, where the professor is in a stage of death. Karthikeya does not listen to him, and immediately goes to get the car, to take him to hospital, while the professor is trying to tell something. But when Karthikeya brings the car, he sees that the professor disappeared, but there are stain of blood, and Karthikeya tells all these things to his uncle, and his uncle tells that since some time, people are disappearing unknowingly from this area. That's why you should be careful. And when morning comes, Karthikeya sees that his mother has disappeared. He gets upset and starts looking everywhere. Then some policemen there arrest Karthikeya, and asks Karthikeya what Professor Rao said to him, because these policemen have also met the villain, and are doing everything on the orders of the villain, and Karthikeya does not tell them anything, because he does not have to tell anything. because he would not have listened to anything of Rao. Suddenly a girl comes to the police station, who gives a slip to Karthikeya, and the slip says jump out the window, and he does so, and the girl is waiting outside the window, and Karthikeya and the girl run away from the police. This girl happens to be the granddaughter of Professor Rao, whose name is Magda. They are still talking, when Abhir attacks them and both of them escape, and reach their uncle, and Karthikeya's uncle tells all the things about Abhir's. And then Professor Rao's granddaughter Magda tells Karthikeya that Professor Rao has left a voice message, in which the professor says to find Karthikeya. That is why Magda, searching Karthikeya, and meets Karthikeya. While listening to the voice message, Karthikeya remembers that his mother will be in the temple, as his mother said that she will go to the temple, and then he meets his mother in the temple, and tells his mother to stay in the temple. By doing this she will be safe among the peoples. Then he listens to the recorded message again, and learns that he has to go to Professor Rao's house. After reaching the house he finds some papers on the back of a photo. These are the same papers that tears from library books in Greece. These papers are in some other language, and they translate them through phone, and start reading, where the same old story is given where after getting the bangle, the man goes inside a cave, cows everyone is behind this bangle, then he hides it somewhere. Different people in different clans have tried a lot to find that bangle, but it does not find anyone, and one of these kings was Suryavarman. Suryavarman has also done a lot of research about the bangle and he had a lot of information. He gets a stone peacock which is the link to reach that bangle. Actually this book is written by a writer who is a traveler, and he travels to different places, and while traveling like this, he comes to know about bangle, and at the end it is written that the address of the stone peacock is hidden somewhere in this room, and then Karthikeya notices that there are many pictures and papers on one wall, and there is a painting in between them, which is related to the same stone peacock. Then Karthikeya's uncle tells that this painting is of a pond built in the temple. With this, all three reach near the pond and Karthikeya jumps into the water and starts looking for the stone peacock. After searching for a long time, he finds the peacock. As soon as they start carrying the peacock, mans belong to villain come and start asking for that peacock. There is a fight between Karthikeya and him. Karthikeya beats him. In the next scene, we see Professor Rao. Rao's condition is very critical, who is kidnapped by villain. Villain kills Professor Rao for not telling villain anything. When villain know that his mans have not been able to do his job, he takes the help of the police, and puts up posters of Karthikeya and Magda all over Dwarka, and it is written in the poster that whoever catches them will be given 5 lakhs. Search is going on everywhere, so they avoid everyone and stay at one place to eat food, and they pour water on the peacock to clean it. As soon as the water is poured, the peacock turns into gold. It is not a stone peacock, but a metal that changes color with temperature, and something is written on the peacock. It is written in Sanskrit, which Magda starts reading, and know that where they need to go now. And after reading this, all three of them hide in a car and reach Govardhan mountain, and there they start searching for a door. After searching a lot, when they return, a man tells them that speak about this mountain, there is danger in going the northern direction. And hearing this, all three start searching in the northern direction of the mountain, and there they see a half of peacock made on stone, and Karthikeya joins both the parts and rotates it. Along with rotating, the way to the cave opens up, and in that cave they find many years old a telescope. After taking the telescope, all three of them leave from there, and start chill at night, but when they wake up in the morning, they see that Magda has gone away with that telescope, and then someone attacks Karthikeya and his uncle and they faints. When he regains consciousness, Karthikeya sees himself upside down on a tree. Then the villain comes there and starts laughing on Karthikeya, that the girl cheated him, and she went away with the telescope, and the villain leaves them to die in an isolated place on tree. Then Magda reaches there by bike and save him. Magda would not have left them, but she has gone to her grandfather Professor Rao's friends to know about that telescope, and they all tell her the name of a man who can help her, and they all start going to the man, whose name is Dhanamantri, who tells Karthikeya many things about Lord Shri Krishna, and it tells that in earlier times constellations of different stars were seen in the sky, from the top of the mountain through telescope. You can do this even today, and from here all three go towards the top of the mountain, and the name of that mountain is Chanchla mountain. When they are going on the way, then the police surround them on the way, And at this time Karthikeya is driving, and he takes the car down the river. The river is frozen and starts driving the car on it. After some distance, the car runs out of gas, and the ice starts breaking. Everyone gets out of the car. As soon as they come out of the car, the villain's men take them at gunpoint, and take the telescope from them. Then Abhir comes from behind, and kills villain's men, as he has the telescope in his hand which is associated with Shri Krishna. Then the telescope goes in the hands of uncle. Abhir is about to kill uncle, when Krishna Paksha, new moon, starts, and Abhir stops. Now Abhir will not attack them for 24 hours but will follow them and keep walking with them. They all start going and reach the top of the mountain, and Karthikeya sees the stars in the sky, and knows where they need to go. When they come down from the mountain, they see that Abhir is not there, and now these three Karthikeya, Magda and uncle reach there. It is a cave where Abhir is already waiting, and all Abhir attack Karthikeya. Telescope and peacock both come in the hands of Abhir, and Abhir takes them and sits in front of Krishna's idol. There is a big idol there, but where there is no flute in Krishna idol's hand. Karthikeya notices this and snatches the peacock and telescope from Abhir's hand, and joins them together, making them look like a flute, and he puts it in the hand of the idol. With this the idol starts rotating and a new path opens. There are many snakes in that path. That bangle is kept there. Abhir's two men try to bring the bangle, but the snakes kill them. And now once again Karthikeya normalizes his pulse, and takes the bangle while passing through the snakes. It comes, and all Abhirs bow down before Karthikeya, and on this bangle is written the formula that will make such a vaccine that can face the big disease. And with this, Karthikeya becomes very famous. He gets many awards. Still villain follows him, and villain meets him, and says that if you think that things are over then it is not. And Karthikeya tells him that he should stay safe. Abhir is behind him. After this we see that in the end Abhir kills the villain, and then the scene shifts to Karthikeya with a key in his hand, and he goes inside the water. A whole palace is built inside the water. Where there is a key, means Karthikeya has left for his next mission, and that's where the movie ends. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, cause we going to explain next amazing movie for you. Thank you, keep watching and stay safe.